So this is my very first YouTube live. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to be testing this thing out. But I wanted to hop on here before I told everybody about going live. I know no one's on here right now, but nevertheless, I wanted to just hop on here and take a look at this. It looks like it's pretty straightforward. Yep. Cool. I guess I just got a notification. So who's on here? Let's see who's on here. If you guys pop in, go ahead and let me know who's on here. You can go into the chats, I believe. So this is my first one. So let me know who is on here. What I'm going to start doing here is we're going to start talking real estate. We're going to start talking marketing. We're going to be able to hopefully walk you through so you can actually see some of the things that we're doing. What's going on, Carla? So Carla, you're like I think I told you during one of the coaching calls, we're going to start doing more of these YouTube lives so that we can, broaden this thing up. So we're going to start doing some of our coaching calls on the YouTube live, and then the private coaching calls will be specifically about digging down deep into your business, making sure that we answer those questions. All right. But yeah, this is my first one. So, Carla, can you help me out here? Can you let me know if you can hear me clearly, see me clearly, all that good stuff? I know there's a time delay here, and from the time that you see it, the only thing I don't like about it is I can't see who's in here. So I can't click on this little, what's going on, Mark? How you doing, man? Just to kind of catch you up, we're going to be doing these YouTube lives here. What's a good day? What do you guys think is a good day, since I got two of you on here to do YouTube lives and really trying to dig deep? You hear and see me. Perfect. Let me see. What can I do? Can I put user in? What does this mean? Hide user on this, add as a moderator. So Carla, I can pin your message. I can report you, remove you, put you in user. I guess that says user timeout. I don't know what that means. Hide you and add you as a moderator. I wish I could bring you on screen, though. That's the only thing I don't like about this. Unless someone else knows. Tuesdays or Thursdays? Tuesdays or Thursdays. Okay. Pop out chat. What is that? Let me see. Oh, participants. Okay. I can see who the participants are. So I got Mark and I got Carla. All right, cool. Mark, what are you thinking, man? Tuesdays and Thursdays, does that work? Or Tuesdays or Thursdays? What's a pop-out chat? Oh, snap. Hold on. I just did something. Depends on who's watching and when. Yeah, I'm not so worried about other people watching. I only want to show it to the people who want to see it. So I'm definitely cool with that. So cool. Well, you still have the Wednesday night call. It's either going to be Wednesday or Sunday, Carla. Either one, Wednesday or Sunday. But that'll be just for the people that have paid to be in our private group. And literally, it's going to be a lot more straightforward. I'm not going to be doing as much teaching on new topics. I'm going to be going through your business, doing a little bit more I guess course correction and accountability, just holding people to account. So it'll be a little more direct as it pertains to everyone's business, instead of me talking for 45 to 50 minutes and then asking, hey, for questions for Q&A at the end. All right. Let me see, what else do we got over here? What does this button do? I don't know what that does. Let's see. Oh, let's manage this webcam. I'm just literally clicking around on buttons here because I've never done a YouTube live. Any day works. Okay, cool. So you'll tap in. All right, perfect. What we want to do is, like I said, is kind of bring some of the stuff that I'm learning and bring it to the world, really, whoever wants to listen. That sounded mad cheesy. Oops, dang. I'm clicking on stuff, guys, and I don't, because I'm just trying to get myself familiarized with everything. What does this do? I can share a link. Okay. All right, cool. I think that's all the links that I haven't looked at. Custom emojis. I can respond in here. What's going on? All right. So that's what that looks like. Cool. So this is just a dry run. Appreciate you guys hopping on here, giving me a little bit of feedback. We're going to be doing these. The only thing I don't like about this, and if anybody knows, if I can share my screen, because a lot of times that is a big portion of this thing. If you can share your screen, why can't I see the other person? I only see there is one person on here. I don't know. So Mark, let me see if Mark's still on here. Participants. Yeah, looks like it says Mark's still on here. Mark, are you still on here? If so, just put a chat in, because I guess Carla can't see you or see your comments. Maybe that's a setting. Pop out chat, toggle timestamps. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Huh. I don't know how that works, Carla. It must be a setting or something like that. I don't know if Mark is on there. He might have popped off. But Carla, can you see any of his past messages? Because he's been messaging me too. Let me know. That's the link. I can't see his comments either. Okay. So I don't know where to go for that. I think he says he's here. So Carla, he's in here. I don't know how that works. I have to figure out why you guys can't interact with each other. I think I've clicked on every button that's up here. Your channel, YouTube, switch accounts, send feedback. Yeah, he said he gave you a little high five joint and the emoji, Carla, and he said hi, Carla. But for whatever reason, pin message. I'm gonna pin this message, Carla. Let me know if you can see it. Carla, can you see that message that I pinned from Mark? So it should be at the top in the chat there. And I know I'm asking you this question. You're not going to hear it for 10, 15 seconds in real life. But just let me know. Still haven't seen you respond. But that's all I can do. Put user. I don't know what that means. Put user in timeout, I guess. Hide user on this. Add as a moderator. Let me see. Carla, I don't know if you're still here or not because I haven't seen a response yet. I can see all her comments. So Carla, he can see all your comments. Then that means it must be a setting on yours. Because if he can see, or Mark, I'm gonna make you a moderator. Let me see. Let me see what that does. As his moderator, Mark is now moderator for your channel. All right. I don't know what that does, Mark. Type something, let me know so I can see if it changes anything. I can't manage over here. Let's collapse. I don't know. It's a new frontier, everybody. I think Carla might be gone. There he is. Dang, that's a long delay because you're just now saying that you see the pinned. Oh, your connection dropped. Okay. All right. I was about to say that's like a 60-second delay from the time that I said that to the time you got it. But if your connection dropped, it's cool. All right, everybody. Okay. Yeah, Mark, when you responded, now that you're a moderator, you came up with you came up in blue and you got like a little wrench next to your name, which is pretty cool. Let me know. But yeah, let me unpin this. I wish there was a way to show the screen though. That's the only thing. Oh, you said Carla says she's C-Mark now. Okay, perfect. Because that would make it difficult I'd have to keep testing. And we got you. Yep. I don't know. What do you guys think, man? I think it'd be cool to streamline some content. On your end, is there a way to request to come on or anything like that? Is there a request? I saw somebody like the video. Is there a way to request to come on screen or something like that? I wish there was. I can do this here. No. Okay. What does this do? I keep clicking the same thing. Enable live chat, enable slow-mo, allow live chat to replay. Enable live chat. Okay. Details. All right. Yeah. So people will have to have delays if they pause the live chat on their end too. Oh, okay. Okay, Carla, and I see that you like the video. All right, cool. All right, well, I appreciate you guys doing this for me, giving me some feedback. It kind of sucks that there's no way to share my screen. I don't know a way to get around that. I have to think about that. All right, well, let me get going. Try to figure something out. Hey, Mark, I appreciate it. Carla, I appreciate you. And we're going to try to start to do these more often. I got to figure out a day and just grow this thing. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 people showing up. But if it's a good way of going back and forth, then I definitely want to do it. Maybe I might just do, I show 4 people on here now. Let me see. Participants. Yeah, I only see, it says 3, but I only see 3. But I guess it might also be updating. I see the 4 up in the top left-hand corner, if that's what you're talking about. And if you're on here, we're just doing a test because I want to start doing these YouTube lives to just help people out with questions that they're doing in their business. So if you can chime in here in the chat, just put your name in here or something like that. We're just trying to figure out from everyone, what days we want to start. I appreciate that, Mark. Please ask your cousin and let me know. We're just trying to figure out what days you guys want us to do this. Yeah, the screen share would be awesome because if I could show you guys, because there's a lot of stuff I want to show that is on the computer that literally I could walk you through, right? So I can say, hey, do this, do that. But if I can't share my screen, that would be really difficult on me trying to explain that. So this is my very first YouTube live. So I'm trying this thing out. We're trying to make sure that we just want to get you guys feedback. There's 7 people that they say that's on here now. Let me see if I can see who they are. It's still, honestly, on my end, I'm seeing it, but they're not updating here for some reason. All right. Melanie Adams, how you doing? That person popped in here up here, but still showing that no one else besides those people are here. So Melanie, we're trying to figure out, I was watching from my phone and my TV at the same time. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know that people can watch it from different things. Melanie, what's a good day? When's a good day? We're doing a consensus here of when's a good day when we should do these YouTube lives. Basically, I want to have, how are you doing? I want to set a good day where we can just walk people through different parts of the real estate business, whether it's wholesaling, buying and selling, or flipping, buying and holding. Just talk about different aspects of real estate just for free. I meant to, do you have a video on how to appraise a house myself and get a good idea of what it's worth? Yep, I do. Dang, I don't know if that's that's in our course. I don't know if I have. I'm trying to think of my YouTube videos. Yeah, I think I do have that in some of my YouTube videos. Tuesday is good. All right. So I've gotten three people that said Tuesday is good. I like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know if that works for everybody else. And there's my baby girl, Chris. I like Tuesday. I like 7 p.m. only because on the West Coast it's like 4 p.m. So that's a good decent time for the West Coast, and then for us it's not too late on the East Coast. Melanie said Tuesday is good. 7 is perfect. Yeah, I like that. We might do Tuesdays at 7. 6 p.m. Central for you, right, Carla? All right, cool. So look, see, we worked it out. We only need 1,000 people on here making decisions. We got like five or six of us. And I think that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start doing that Tuesdays, and then this is the stuff I want to show you guys. You can't see them. Let me see here. These are the things that I would love. If someone can figure out how I can show my screen, right? So let me see. Can you see that stuff there? All right. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of blurry. But today I've gotten seven. No, this is number 8. 8 leads. 8 leads that people that wanted to sell their home. That they're just constantly coming in. And it was blurred. Okay. Sorry. I don't know. The screen. It was. Let me see. Can you see that? Let me see. I don't know. I don't even know if I should be showing this guy. I forgot this is on YouTube Live, but those are real numbers of people that want to sell their property. And so like, it's just really hard for me to explain that. Like, I just got another one. Jeez almighty. Literally just got another one here. So that's 2 of them. So I got to get back to these people. Yeah, it's crazy. That's literally 2 back to back in the matter of 2 minutes. So I want to be able to show that stuff, man, but there's no way. Yes, I have a lot of videos on my channel to get started wholesaling. And matter of fact, to be honest with you, if you go into, when I get done with this, matter of fact, I'll put it in the link right now. Give me 1 second. So this is the beautiful thing about doing these lives. I get to do this in real time here. Can you guys see my screen when I clicked over? I know it takes a little while, but who said that? Blacknificent 09. You can go to right here. Now there's some free videos, but man, this is $9, bro. So it's $9. I mean, I can't. Carla is actually in it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Carla's in our full-blown coaching call, but I mean, that thing right there is $9, and it's a 25 video module course. That's why I put it in there, because a lot of people are telling, or are charging, a whole bunch of money. Our full program, the one that Carla's in, is $1,000. But that comes with a lot. It comes with, the Airbnb stuff, but this is wholesaling for $9. Or you can just keep watching. There's some videos in there. I have a lot of videos in YouTube, so I can't remember which one it is, but yeah, I do definitely talk about being portion wholesaling. But my man, that's what this is going to be about. So I'm going to start doing these, looks like Tuesday at 7, and then they'll be live, so you'll be able to ask questions. And if you don't have any questions, then it'll be quick. If you have a lot of questions, I'll stay on and try to answer questions, because there's so much money out here, man. There's so many deals to be had. There's no reason for anybody to be stingy with information. I mean, it's a pretty wide open market out here, especially with things that are happening. How to be able to maneuver in COVID times. It's changed a little thing, a couple of things, but at the end of the day, it's the same. You need to know exactly what you said. How do you identify a deal? How do you figure out how much it's going to cost? How do you speak with the individual? What words to stay away from? How to do the repairs? How do you find buyers? How do you find the attorneys or the title companies? Which one should you stay away from? How do you identify those type of individuals? What do you do when a person says no? What do you do when a person says yes? How do you fill out the contracts? There's a lot of things that we could talk about. Appreciate that, man. I definitely need all the blessings I possibly can. But those are the questions I want you guys to come up with. Those are questions that I want you guys to ask. And we want to be able to just keep a real open and raw conversation so that we can provide value, because, man, there's in 2021, right? Coming up 2021, here's the end of 2020, right? 2021. There is no reason that any of the 8 people that are on here or anybody for that matter, there's no reason why you cannot be a full-time entrepreneur in the span of a year. Okay. Carla knows, she's in our private group. I give away the game, man. I give away so much information. And if you just took some of that stuff, you don't got to take all of it. You just took some of that stuff. It would change the game for you. Like, you definitely appreciate that, Mark. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. You would definitely walk away from it saying, okay, if I put some of this stuff in place, there's no way I can lose. That's why someone can please get back to me and figure out if it's even possible for me to share my screen. If you could share your screen on YouTube Live, that would be crazy. You know what? Yeah, I do have a Facebook group. The Facebook group is private. That's the only thing. Like, I here, as much as I would love to, it's not fair to people like Carla and other people that have paid to come into our private group, right? To be able to let people that haven't paid to go into the private group, right? If that makes sense. Imagine if you paid to be in a private group and then it was just given away for free. You'd be like, whoa, hold on, I paid for this, right? So the Facebook group is a private group. So I don't know how that could work. That's honestly the reason why I went to YouTube Live. This is my very first one. That's my very first one. So I needed to go ahead and hop in there. And just try to figure this thing out. But if it's not going to work, if it's not going to give the value to people that they need, like if I can't show my screen and say, hey, this is what you should be doing, I might have to switch. As much as I want to have a bigger presence on YouTube, it's not about that. It's more about whether or not I can accurately get the message across. And if I can't do it that way, I got to figure out another way of doing it, because we need to know this stuff, man. Like, it breaks my heart when I see people buying homes for retail, and it's just like, man, like, why? Like, you just need to learn this skill of being able to find them off market. Like, there's no reason for you to buy something retail. Unless you arrived, right, and you have the money, and I'm not meaning have the money as in like, oh, I can afford it, but like, you're a multimillionaire and this is like, you've done this before, and now it's just time for you to splurge. Like, there's no need to have a Porsche, right? I want a Porsche. I'm a Porsche guy, so there's no need. I don't need a Porsche, right? But I want a Porsche, right? So there's nothing wrong with you buying a house retail once you've achieved whatever that level of success is. But until then, you should be buying off market, man. Saving money, buying houses with equity in it. Yeah, that's the way to go. But anyway, while I got people on here, any questions, man? Pop some questions in here. Honestly, I was honestly expecting it to just be me playing around on this thing. That's why I'm not even prepared to talk about anything. My whole goal for this thing was just to poke around and figure out what all the buttons do. I've never done one of these before on a YouTube Live. But I know Mark said he got me. If you can figure that out, family, that'd be awesome. On how to how to share your screen on YouTube Live. That'd be dope. And if I can do that, man, I'm gonna rock with this. I like this. I like this. All right, everybody. I'm sorry I'm kind of rambling right now, but I think I've gotten everything. If we ain't got no more questions, I'm gonna give it about another 20, 30 seconds because I know you might be typing right now. And I don't get the message. What you're hearing is something I said 10, 15 seconds ago. So just hopped on the channel and saw you were live. Been talking to my buddy that's been in some of your vids, Logan. Oh, yeah. I was just on the phone with Logan today, actually. I was trying to get to Logan, man. Going to start the BRR. Yep. Strategy soon. Dope. Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. Logan is, you know what's so crazy about Logan? Logan, I think is how old is Logan? He's 22, 23, 24, something like that. Somewhere between 23 and 24, I believe. I think Logan got into our program. Man, it was like, it was the summer. It was last year. Yeah. He's 22 now. Yeah. So, yeah, it was last year. Yep, Carla. Yeah. I think he got into our program. And I think he didn't do any deals for like the first 3 months. Right. He just went into the game. Like he just went full force, head first into it. Right. I think there's something to be said about the younger generation. I'm 40 years old. But the younger generation, right? I think that sometimes as we get older, we get beat up by life so much, right? Life beats us up and you tried something and you failed and you tried something and you failed, right? And you don't, you get to this point where it's like, you know, I don't think that this is going to work, so I don't do it, right? So I don't do it full force. And I think a lot of times when you're younger, the reason why I see so many, oh, Antoine, what's going on, man? I appreciate that, brother. I see so many people that are younger that are killing it, man. They're killing it because they a lot of times haven't hit so many walls beforehand. And so when you have someone who's genuine, that's really giving you the game, like not holding back, not giving you just one part of it, and they go for it, and they're like, oh, wow, it works, right? And then it works, and then it just reinforces that it works. But the cool thing about Logan is that he's smart enough. He's smarter than me because he reinvested right away. Like my first wholesale check, I went and blew it, right? I didn't turn it right back around and reinvest it. And I think that's why he's been able to keep that momentum and take off so quickly. Where I was on the phone with him today, because he got into something. He got into, if you guys don't know, I do marketing for wholesalers and for real estate agents. So if you go into my Instagram page, you'll see the video that prompted Logan to give me a call today, because I found out that he's paying like twice as much as what he should be paying. So it kind of hurts my heart to hear him get taken advantage of like that. But it's also a lesson to be learned, right? And so, Renee, I'm gonna answer that question. Give me 1 second. And so, but what Logan did is he took that his money and he just kept reinvesting in himself and reinvesting in more marketing and more systems and more software. And I was on the phone with him today, and I was really proud of him because he was on his way to go pick up a check from a strategy that we talked about in our course of wholesaling to yourself. So he wholesaled to himself, meaning that he found the property. He got his, I don't know how much he made, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 wholesale check. And he gets to keep the property, right? So essentially he's going to keep the property. All right, I want you to picture this. You find a property off market. They say, okay, who's the buyer? They say, you raise your hand and say, I'm the buyer, right? And then you go to the closing, and instead of paying out money, you actually get a check and you get the property, right? So we talk about how to do that strategy, right? And so he got a check and he got the property, and now he keeps the property, and he's now going to turn that into a rental, which is going to bring him money every single month. All right. Now, that process is a little more complicated, but he learned how to do it. He's 22 years old, right? And this is literally today, like around right around 2 o'clock. I was on the phone with him, and he's talking about this, right? And how he's doing it. But he's an action taker. He's someone, he comes to the course, he comes to the coaching calls, he asks the questions, we give him the answers, and he actually goes out and does it. See, that's the thing with a lot of other people, that they'll get the information and then they'll just think about it to death, right? They'll say, oh, but what about this? And what about that? And what about this? And then they don't do anything. And then what happens is that since they don't do anything, nothing gets done, and then they don't never get a chance to learn from it. Logan says, you know what? I'm willing to take a chance on that and try it. And then he tries it. And he's like, oh, wow, it worked. Right. And now he has a property where he got his hotel check, and now his tenants are going to be paying that off. So as in short, what happens with that is, let's just say, I don't know his numbers, but let's just say the property was, $150,000. But it was, it's worth, 210, right? So he gets a loan for 160, right? Because the people, because he knows how to wholesale, he knows how to find the market deal, know the deals below market. And since he's getting money from a hard money lender or a private money lender, they just care about the asset, right? They say, okay, they're lending based off of the asset, not based off of your credit or anything else. The name mostly off the asset and your experience. So they said, okay, this property right now in the condition that it's in is worth 210. Okay. You're only asking 160. All right. So what happens is that he has one contract, his contract with the seller for 150. He has a contract to himself or his other, really honestly, his company, because the private money lender or the hard money lender, they might not want to lend you that money if it's going straight to you, but you can disguise that by selling it to your company, which you should be doing anyway. So the hard money lender, the people who have the money, they say the asset, the home is worth 210. Okay. This XYZ company, which really belongs to you, right, is asking 160. They say, well, that's a no-brainer. If you default on this loan, if you don't pay us, we're going to take this home that's worth $210,000, and we're only in it for 160. Okay. All right. We're tracking, right? But how much did Logan get it for under contract for? 150. So there's a $10,000 difference there. Okay. So money comes in to XYZ LLC, which is your company. And then that is $160,000. Out of that $160,000, 150 goes to the seller, the person who owned the home. The $10,000 goes to to whoever for your assignment fee, which would go to Logan in this particular case, and that's why he was ended up going to pick up not only just the keys, but he also went to go pick up a check. So that $10,000, people say, well, where's that coming from? It's coming from the hard money lender. Okay, well, hard money lender is expensive. What's going to happen is that eventually Logan is going to refinance that property. All right, he's going to refinance it at a lower interest rate. He's putting tenants in it right away. And so who's paying for that? Those tenants are paying for it. Does that make sense? So the tenants now, that $10,000, really the whole $160,000, who's now paying the $160,000? The tenants, right? So Logan gets to walk away with his $10,000 wholesale check, and the tenants are now going to pay him every single month. They're going to cover the mortgage and then some. I forgot how much he said he's going to cash flow, but let's say he cash flows $500. $500. I'm getting pinged like crazy to join these clubhouse. Let's say let's say his cash flow flowing $500. So after paying the mortgage, taxes, insurance, and all the other stuff, he's putting $500 in his pocket. Plus he got the $10,000 lump sum. He walks on and finds another deal. All right. Let me see. Renee, I said I was going to answer your question. I enrolled in your course through Wealth Builders, and I'm wondering if you do weekly calls and still how to access them. So Renee, the Wealth Builders, that platform, they are just licensing just the course only. Okay. So the people that are coming from the wealth builders, every once in a while, I talk with Rel, and sometimes he'll give out the link, because I'll say, hey, you can go ahead and give this link out to people. But for the most part, they don't. But that's also why I'm doing this. So you can tell people that we decided, it was like 5 of us on here. So we made an executive decision. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to hop on here on YouTube live and do these Q&A type of a joint, and go back and forth to answer some of those questions. The only thing that is up in the air, and Mark said he's going to help me out with it, is whether or not I can figure out how to share my screen. Because if I can't do that, yeah, that's going to be tough, because there's certain things I would want to draw out for you. Man, I'm getting killed here. There's certain things I would want to draw out for you that would just make a lot more sense. Like that whole thing that I just tried to make you visualize. If I could draw out the house and I can draw out where the money is going, it makes it just so much more clearer, right? Let me see here. Hopefully that answers your question, Renee. Yep, there are 12. Yep. So I haven't figured out Clubhouse. Yes. So Clubhouse, man. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you guys this story real quick. This platform that you're on right now, is YouTube, right? Before you and I knew what YouTube was, it was out. All right. And there was a guy, it used to be on Netflix. I can't remember the name of I think it was called Makers, actually, after the studio. So look it up. It was on Netflix, or just YouTube it. The show called Makers, right? I think it was called Makers. I want you to picture this. I want you to understand this. This is so important. And I'm speaking about Clubhouse, right? Which is another social media platform. I'll explain what it does in a minute, but I want you to understand the importance. You have to get on. If you are someone who wants to run a business, you have to get on Clubhouse. All right. YouTube came along before most of us knew about it, or we heard about it, but we're like, whatever it is, YouTube thing is a crazy name. It sounds weird. And there was a guy on it. He had no extraordinary talent. Okay. His extraordinary talent was that he was a good husband, a good father, family man. They lived out in Idaho, I believe it was. Okay. He did videos like home family videos, right? People would watch and just watch him, him and his kids jumping on trampolines, right? Or them cooking dinner, right? And it was like a reality TV show, okay, for their little family out in Idaho. And so that did so well that he went out to LA and he got a studio, like a warehouse, and turned it into a studio and called the studio Makers. And what they did is they brought all the YouTube people that were big at that time, and then they went into that studio, and that's where they would film and record all their YouTube videos. Okay. It got so big that Disney came in there, and I think they bought it for $80 million. Okay. Now, why did that happen? How did some dude that had no real talent, it's not like he was teaching anything, he was just vlogging essentially at the time, which no one knew what a vlog was, but he was just vlogging. It's because he was one of the only channels on the TV. What do I mean by that? Right now on YouTube, there are millions and millions of minutes uploaded on YouTube, like every day, right? There's a lot of channels, right? You're watching the Tommy Holt Jr. channel right now, okay? But there's 100 other, 300,000 other channels, more than that. I don't know what the number is on YouTube. So there's a lot of noise. But imagine if you turn on your TV and there's only one channel, right? There's only one channel for you to watch. Either you're going to watch that one channel and you're going to take in whatever information comes to that channel, or you're going to turn it off. And that's the importance of being an early adopter when it comes to social media platforms, because there's people on here that are growing so fast, like exponentially. They're getting so many followers. In 2 years' time, they'll have over 1 million followers, and the people that get on late will be struggling just to find 500 followers. And it won't be because they're putting out the greatest content. It'll just be that they saw it and recognized it and hopped into it early. I'm going to tell you this story right here. Jay-Z was on Clubhouse, right? Jay-Z, like the billionaire Jay-Z. He only had 2,000 people listening. Kevin Hart was on it maybe about a month ago. He only had 500 people. If Kevin Hart does a YouTube live, if Kevin Hart does a Instagram live, he'll have over 100,000 people on it in a matter of a couple of minutes, right? He only brought in 500 people. It's because so many people don't know about it. So Clubhouse, what is it? Clubhouse is a platform. Imagine going to a conference where you got the people who are speaking on the stage, and then you got the audience. It is such a phenomenal platform. I'm gonna show you what it looks like, so you guys can go look at it. And I got to go in a little bit because my fiance is actually on Clubhouse. But I don't know if you can see that. The picture changes, but it's always a picture of somebody. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know why it's not being clear, but I don't know. That's better, I guess. So they do something pretty cool where their thumbnail is not always the same thing. They pick a random member's profile, and then they make that they change it like every other week. It's an app. Yep, it's an app. Unfortunately, it's only for iOS right now. So you can't get it if you have an Android. I don't know if it's invitation only. I know it was in the beginning. Like, this is, when I say it's new, I mean, you're talking about a couple of months. I think I got on it on my birthday on Halloween. But man, you can get so much information. Like, there's literally billionaires in there that are giving away the game. Like, they're telling you, how they did it, when they did it, who they talked to, the people to go to. There's so much information, and it's like going to a conference for free. Like, literally, like, if you guys don't know, I'm a principal and an equity stake owner in a Black-owned bank. And myself, along with one of the co-founders, we do something every Monday called Money Ave Mondays, where we talk about the 6 principles, the 6 steps to build wealth, and we're breaking it down. Yesterday was part 2, where we talked about living the rent-free lifestyle, and then next week we're talking about business credit, how to get it, how to do it. It's like stuff that people pay us for. We're like just giving it away for free, right? So I don't know if it still is invitation only, because I know that's how I had to get on it before. It was invitation only. You couldn't just go in there. You can download the app, but you couldn't like do anything besides that. But I've heard that it might have changed. So download the app. If you do, follow me. It's at Tommy Holt Jr. And it's just a lot of dope people, man. Like, a lot of dope people that you can pop on there and just learn. And you just sit in the audience, and it's so new that a lot of times you can get on what they call get on stage, where you can raise your hand virtually and you can ask questions. Like, I don't know if you guys know R. Donahue Peebles. He's one of America's first Black billionaires. Right. He did it through real estate development. He might pop on there and you can literally ask questions. How many of you guys can actually say that you've spoken to and asked questions of a billionaire? Like, I've met quite a few millionaires. Me personally, I think I've only spoken to 3 or 4 billionaires that I know of, that I can recall. So not too many of them that I've spoken to personally. So, just getting that different level on how they think of things, right? And how they got to that point is dope. So, yeah, man, I'm rambling right now because I don't see any more questions, unless hopefully I didn't miss anything. I'm going back through yep. Yeah. So, I think that's about it. All right, everybody. I got to pop off and get into this Clubhouse and support my fiance, who's in there right now. But But I appreciate you guys. How do you get an invite? That, my friend, is the question. That's I got invited. Someone just invited me. They just sent it to me. Um, yeah, I don't know. It like literally you get when you join. So if you get an invite, you'll join, and you'll own, you'll get one invite that you can use. I think after you get so many followers, you get more invites. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. Um, they got, from what I've heard, they got people that are selling invites for, a couple $100 a time, because there's just so much value that's getting in there. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate that, Renee. No problem. No problem. Mark, I appreciate you as always, man. You guys have a blessed evening, man. Love you guys, man. Have a good one. Be safe, and let's get better. Let's get better every day. All right. Yeah, have a blessed one. Peace.